Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and welcome to my new liquor store. Thank you for joining me as I just closed on a new property that includes a liquor store, a Mini-Mart, and 3 apartments above us as well. So this is going to be an exciting video. I've never owned a store like this before, and we bought this building. It's a 1904 building that used to be a bank. Has 3 apartments on the 2nd floor, the liquor store, the Mini-Mart, and all of it came as a package deal. So not only do we buy the apartments, and we'll be renting those out as I normally do as a real estate investor, but we're now running some stores, which I've really wanted to do for some reason. And I'm not sure if it'll be a really good thing, a really horrible thing, but I guess we'll find out. And we're gonna go through a lot of that here in the next couple months on this channel. So if you have not subscribed yet, it's a really good time to do that and turn off your notifications, because it's gonna be some exciting stuff going on, hopefully, as we try and figure out what we're doing. So we'll show you the inside, the outside here, and go into exactly why I did this and what the plan is. And yeah, of course, check out investformore.com. Much more information on flips, rentals, being an agent, all that great stuff. But yeah, let's check out this store. So we'll show you the outside here too, but we're gonna do the inside first, just because people keep trying to come in here and buy stuff, and we're not technically open right now. So I wanted to try and open right away, keep things going, because it's been open, it's been an operating store, but there are so many moving parts to running a liquor store and a Mini-Mart, as you might imagine. There's a lot going on. So we just decided it was best to close for a little while. It was closed yesterday and today. Today we bought it. Yesterday we went through all of this and inventoried everything, because as part of the store I bought all the inventory as well to figure out. We inventoried it with the previous owner, Connie, who's just amazing, has been a huge help with all of this, to figure out how much all of it was, how much she's owed for that. So we got through all that. The purchase came with pretty much everything here that you see, except for a few small things she still needs to pick up, and plus the apartments upstairs. So it's quite the endeavor that I'm torturing myself with for some reason. But I think it'll be a lot of fun and very interesting, even if it is a whole lot of work. So there's a lot of going on here. So it's hard to know where to start exactly. I guess we'll kind of walk around as I talk about how I found this deal and why it interested me. So first off, we're in Pierce, Colorado, which is a very small town north of Greeley, where I do most of my business. And this is the only really convenience store, mini market, gas station, liquor store in town. So this is all there is. So that's one nice thing about it, is there's not much competition here. So that's one thing that drew me to it. And this property was for sale for a little while. I think they started out at $779,000, lowered the price a few times, and they dropped it down to $679,000. And then I got to be pretty interested in it at that point. Came and saw it, was thinking about making an offer when it went under contract. So I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, I know deals like this can be complicated, and I thought, hey, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's gonna come back on the market. And it did. So it came back on the market, and I was able to make an offer. It wasn't a super high offer, because I knew it had been for sale for a while, and there was a lot of moving parts and a lot going on with this property. So I think we offered $575, if I remember right. I'm not exactly sure. And we ended up settling at $605 for the offer. I did have an inspection on this property. Usually I don't do an inspection, but there's a little more to this property than most of the properties we buy. Plus, I had not seen the apartments yet when I made that offer, so I hadn't seen the upstairs at all. Now, we won't see the upstairs today because 2 of the units are occupied, and I literally don't know where the keys are for the other one, but we'll show you kind of where they are. We'll definitely have those in another video in the future, so don't think we're never gonna show those. Just for right now, we aren't gonna have that video today. Another good reason to subscribe, right? So I saw the apartments. They were pretty cool. Like I said, this is a 1904 building that used to be a bank, And we'll show you back here, there's still some of the bank vault doors, I think, in this side of it. And so it's got really tall ceilings, lots of old features upstairs. It's a pretty neat property, huge windows. And it's kind of cool just seeing the behind the scenes of everything in this store. And now I can go where the employees only can go, because I'm technically, might be an employee, who knows? I might be behind the desk working. No, the plan is not to do that. Here's kind of the back storage room for the liquor store. So, made the offer and got the property under contract, did the inspection. There were no big surprises, so I was okay with continuing with the deal. I didn't ask for anything else. And we ended up selling another property, another rental property, to do a 1031 exchange. Use that money to buy this property in conjunction with a private money loan. So by doing that, I didn't bring any money to closing. I don't know where all the lights are. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out all of that here. And I think this might be, is that where the bank vault was? I think it is. I think that might be where the bank vault door was before. I'm not sure. So it's still a lot to figure out. So I ended up buying it yesterday, and came with all the apartments, everything here, except for the inventory. We had to write a separate check for the inventory, which came out to be a pretty high number, $59,000. So that includes all the liquor, all the food, all the other things for sale in the store. And that was a pretty large check to write, but at the same time, I think we got a pretty good deal on this building with everything that's included, including the businesses, the apartments, the land, all of that. Oh look, there's some exposed brick up there. Look at that. So yeah, we spent all day yesterday going through here, inventorying every single product. So that was a lot of work and took quite a bit of time. And we'll show you some of the things we had to do. Going through all the liquor, all the food, all the beer in the coolers, outside the coolers, all of that. And we'll show you kind of the cooler here as well. A few things I still don't know what I'm doing. We had to do so many different things to try and get this up and running right away, and didn't quite get there, but that's okay. It's probably better if we're not up and running right away. But like the ATM machine, I realized I have no idea how that runs, who's responsible for it, who pays for it. I have no idea. So, but then we have the cooler back here as well. So lots more alcohol. I think there was $20,000 in beer alone as part of that inventory. So lots and lots of moving parts, as you can see, to go through. A little noisy and pretty cold in here. It was pretty cold inventorying every can in case, but we got through it, we got it done. Make sure that is shut. Yeah, employees only, I can go in there now. So we have a back storage room in this area over here too. And I forget how, this building is big. Oh, I was gonna look it up before we came over here. I think is it 8,000 square feet, I believe? And it does have a basement. Don't worry, we'll show you the basement. It's pretty amazing. Some other back rooms here, so we'll take a look at those. And why in the world would I want to own, manage a Mini-Mart and liquor store? Well, for some reason, I've just really wanted a brick and mortar business to go with all my real estate and investing side of it. I just think it's a nice kind of piece to add. And I thought it would be really fun and really neat to kind of just go through the numbers and figure out, like, you know, how much money we're making, how to make more money, new ideas, things we can change, things we can add. So that stuff is fun to me. Like in college, I took an entrepreneurial class, which was my favorite class. And running a make-believe business was my most favorite thing ever. So that was really cool. And here, yeah, old freezers. Again, I don't even know what a lot of this stuff is. So that's kind of fun for me too, exploring and seeing everything. But, oh, there's an old safe. And so I did mention, you know, old equipment, old chairs, we get all of it. And who knows what else we might find. Like I said, we're gonna be closing for a week or two and kind of coming through, painting, freshening things up, downsizing a lot of this stuff, you know, that we have. We don't need quite this many things around to really hopefully simplify things. And then, yeah, when we do that, who knows what different things we'll find. Yeah, wash sinks, all kinds of things. Another one of these freezer vault things. And this one has more stuff. I think these were her, yeah, Christmas decorations. Different things. All kinds of stuff. So, and I did mention, I'm not going to be the one behind the cash register selling stuff. Nikki, my project manager, has been a huge help on this, although she thinks this is not my brightest move doing this. She prefers the flipping and rental property side of it. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be okay. But there's been a lot thrown on her the last month or two, so she's been doing a fantastic job, kind of doing a couple different jobs, which she isn't super happy about either, but been doing amazing at all of that. But her friend is actually going to be the manager of this and possibly the bar that, yes, we are still working on, still waiting for our architect to get us back some final stuff. That's another crazy situation. We'll do an update on that eventually, but hopefully we're making progress there. But so we do have a manager. It had 3 employees, but one of them decided to quit when it was sold. So it still has 2 employees. We're going to work and find a couple more employees. So it's got people in place to help. It's not just us doing everything. So that's nice. But again, it'd be great to solidify all of that and make sure everything is set up well going through the future, so I don't have to run over here on a Friday night. But worst case scenario, you know, you don't have to be open all the time if things don't go perfectly. So we're going to try and run it as a business, not as a, you know, a self-employed, giving myself another job, and see how that goes. See if it makes money. We'll try and share all the numbers we can as far as that. It's really interesting for me to see that too. You know, it did make money before. I'm not going to share the previous owner's confidential information on how much or what all that was. So she's been really great and very helpful. And that's, you kind of have to be very careful about a lot of that stuff when buying businesses and doing different things, and sharing information that maybe shouldn't be shared. So in worst case scenarios, we go into this beautiful basement, which it could be a murder room, but it's actually pretty nice. And for those of you who don't know, a lot of my properties have murder rooms where there's old dingy basements that are pretty crazy looking. And this one is very old and has some interesting stuff, but it's really not that dingy compared to a lot of them we have. But as I was saying, you know, we could, worst case scenario, if it doesn't make very much money, it's just too much work, it's not working out, we could sell the property, or not sell the property, sorry, sell the businesses, keep the property, and just rent out the businesses to somebody else who wants to run them. And I don't think, you know, that's not the worst situation, it wouldn't be the best either, but you know, there's a lot of different options here besides just running the business if it doesn't do well. And so one thing, we just talked about it in my other video where we're at the compound and we're moving a bunch of my building supplies and materials into a vacant commercial space there, where I'm saying, hey, I want to make sure I set up a lease where my business is leasing this property from the real estate entity. That's kind of the same thing here too, where you want to have, we're going to set up an entity with the stores where they're leasing it from the real estate company to make sure it's all on the up and up. If we do decide to sell things, it'll be easy to sell separately from the real estate. So at least that's the plan. Now, one interesting thing I have never seen before is an AC unit in the basement. And I posted this on my Instagram page, and a few people said they've seen this before, but most people had never seen this. And they're asking if it's up to code, if it's legal. I don't know. I have no idea, but I've never seen it before. And you can see kind of all the air is vented out to the outside there. It is nice and cool down here. And that's a new one for me. And then, I don't know if I showed upstairs, there's just kind of like a hanging heater in the upstairs for the heat. And then it has a furnace right here, and this furnace is just for the AC. So it's not even, I don't know if it's technically a furnace, it's just a blower. But that just runs the air conditioning that you can see fans out all over the building. There's a water heater. More interesting things. Oh, there's an old door. That could be another, oof. Who knows if that's a bank vault door or something else. So cool stuff. And I'm sure somewhere down here there has to be like buried treasure, right? Since it used to be a bank. More interesting doors. So I just love this stuff. And yeah, we bought it today. Don't worry, we'll be back here again next week to meet our contractor. Hopefully explore the upstairs a little more and have a plan for getting things turned around very quickly. Hopefully we can get things cleaned up, painted, just lickety-split, and then get it back open again, because people, while we've been here doing inventory, and while I was just here for 5 minutes, people keep trying to open the door, trying to come in, buy stuff. And so we don't want to have it closed for too long and lose its customer base. But here's the basement. Lots and lots of interesting stuff here. So we'll show you the outside as well. I better do that quick since it's getting dark. But here's a quick overview of everything. All right, so here is the outside. It's called the Plains Market and Liquor Store now. It's been here for a long, long time. The previous owner had it for quite a while. And I mean, there's pros and cons to changing the name or keeping the name. So that's something we have to consider. We did create a new LLC, or sorry, S Corp, to with a different name, just Main Street Market and Liquor. But we can always do a DBA and say we're doing business as something else. So we'll think about that some more too here in the next week or two. And yeah, this is the town here. Oh, and I need to make sure I show you the old pictures inside too. Don't let me forget about that. And then this side as well here. And there's a back area here. I don't know if we can get into. I'll try. But this is the back door in the liquor storage room right here. These are the stairs going up to the second floor. And there's another room right here that used to be a garage. They used to have a garage door. So there's more space back here. Hopefully I can get in there. So I was wrong. This room just goes all the way back to the exterior wall. So there's not an extra room behind there I couldn't get to. I was just thinking of the back storage room with the liquor in it. And the garage doors that used to be there would go into that wall and come into here, I think. So who knows, at some point, maybe this was a garage. I'm not sure. I think it was a big freezer room, cooler room too at one point. All kinds of interesting things going on. So now we know. If not, we'll make sure we get in there next week. This garage, the previous owner is storing a few things in there, so I'm not going in there yet. Give her some time to get all of her stuff out. The back of the building. And yeah, the lot goes back to the alley, pretty much to that other building over there. So it's got a lot of space back here. Have a canoe for the pond. There is no pond, but whoa, very slippery here. And yeah, little area back here, gas meters, all kinds of interesting things we need to make sure checked out and all safe right there. And then this side over here. So it's a pretty neat, interesting building. And now I'm gonna see if I can open that back door and get us in there real quick. All right, so that is the place for right now. It's gonna be pretty exciting going through the numbers, trying to get it ready to open here. Hopefully we can do that really quick and not be closed for too long. We'll dive more into this property as we go. We'll have many more videos, show the upstairs, go over the numbers, talk about inventory, different things we can do to add value. We're thinking about bringing in breakfast burritos, local breweries, all kinds of different things. And if you guys have ideas as well, love to hear them. That'd be a great way to help us out because, like I said, this is brand new to me. I've never run a store before. Sometimes I kind of jump into things without knowing what I'm doing, and it works out good usually, sometimes not so good, but we'll see how this one works out. All right, love the support, love seeing the likes, comments, shares, love seeing new subscribers, and of course, like I said, lots more information on investformore.com. I have my new book coming out here soon on my crazy real estate stories. Of course, this will be added to that, maybe in the next chat or volume of that book. And I have a free book on investformore.com as well. All right, thanks for watching. Love to hear what you guys think, and we'll be back with a lot more coming up here soon.